Now that you've seen the initial overview of what the application looks like, let's customize it so that it works a little bit easier for you and has the information that you need at hand. We'll also see how we can set up some options to make project easier for you to work with. To do that, we'll go up to the Tools menu, and we'll select the Options command at the very bottom of the drop-down list. What this does is it brings up the Options dialog box. We're not going to change a lot in here, but we just want to explore a little bit about what this is going to allow you to do. In the View tab, it identifies the different view formats in terms of the calendars that you're going to be working with. Again, as you pull down each of these different views, it shows you the view that will be your default view when you bring up the application. Most of us work with a Gantt chart as the default view, but if you have another one that you're very comfortable with, you make the selection here. Also, you can identify the type of calendar and the date format that you'd like to work in. All of the different options have been selected to show in your Gantt chart, including the new 3D Gantt view that we mentioned in the previous introduction to the application. If you wanted to link into other projects, you can select these defaults here, as well as setting up your currency options and outline options. If we move over to the General tab, we see the general options for the Microsoft Office project that are available here. Over to the Edit tab allows some of the easy ways to work within the Microsoft project area, allowing you to drag and drop different cells from one area to the other, as well as it shows you the view options for the time units in project, and these are the defaults. If you would like to change them, again, drop down the menu and select from the available options. If you'd like to color code your hyperlinks, you can do that as well in this particular tab. Moving to the Calendar tab allows you to identify what your typical work week and hours of work during the day are for you in your organization. The week will start on Sundays. The fiscal year will start in January. The default start times for your workday is at 8 a.m., going down to 5 p.m. If any of these things should change, simply make the adjustments here, and then when you create a project, these will be your starting points and defaults. Going to the Schedule tab allows you to identify the different scheduling options that are available. In the Calculations tab, we want things to calculate automatically as we put them in and identify our progress on our project, so we'll leave this to automatic. If we wanted to be in charge of when the calculations took place, we would change that selection to manual. Our spell check options are identified here, as well as our saving options on the Final tab. If we go to the Interface tab, this is where you can identify certain and select different indicators and option buttons to be working with in the application. We're going to turn on the Display Project Guide because this is the handy option that you can use to set up projects in Microsoft Project 2007 if you are a novice user with the application. Now that we've set this up, let's click OK and see what happens. You'll now see that the project guide is now available for us to take a look at, which we're going to do in our next movie.